Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Today we're here with another episode of our F1 2020 My Team Career Mode. As you can see, we got the new sponsor on the car, Sunburst. I'm super excited to have these guys as a sponsor. I love that logo, especially on the rear wing. It looks really nice, and we also have it on the halo. So everything looking fresh. But going for our activities, it's obviously going to be reaction time. I'm bumping up Joe's stats so much at the moment because I really wanted to be able to perform well, and hopefully eventually towards the end of the season it should pay off and it could come in clutch big time. But development wise on all the sectors, we're going to put some more money into the personnel section of the HQ and up Joe's experience, so I hope that obviously should just help us out in general. As I said, just trying to bump up his stats as much as we possibly can, so as we go through time, get that reaction training, +1 awareness. The chassis roll dampeners upgrade comes through, so that'll improve tyre wear. So yeah, let's head out to Austria. So here we are. Weather forecast. For the first time in 4 races, it looks like we won't have rain, but it will be very cloudy. But anyway, let's get to qualifying and see what we can do. So I came out for my first lap, and you eagle-eyed people, you can see on the halo, rain is coming down. So yeah, there is rain. I don't know why on the indicator it said there wouldn't be rain. You can see it even more now. It's raining again. That's 5 weekends in a row we're gonna have rain. And yeah, I went 20th at the end of my first flying lap. I did go out for a second one, but so I just backed out of it. And then I went out again, ran a little bit wide on exit, lost about a 10th, so I didn't actually improve in the end, but I just ran out of fuel as well as I crossed the line. But you can see it is really starting to rain now. We're getting proper droplets on the screen there. So I came out for one final flying lap right at the end of the session, and I'd crossed the line to go P17. I was so close to getting through into Q2, so I was just like, you know what, I'm going to have to go again, and I went for it, and I crossed the line, went P12, and Joe was in P11, and you can see I was swerving the car around. I was so happy because obviously the rain was just getting heavier and heavier, so I was so impressed we managed to improve. But for the first time in this career mode, both me and Joe are through into Q2. Yes, it's paying off, it seems. I think Joe definitely was helped out by the fact that it was raining, he got his lap in early. But still, we're both through into Q2. He actually out-qualified me, but obviously I sent my lap in more rain, as I said. So I came out Q2 for my flying lap immediately because, as you can see, the rain is getting really quite heavy now. So yeah, and I set my lap, went P2, but it wasn't long before Lance Stroll beat me and Hamilton out. But unfortunately, as I came back into the pits, I was looking at all the timing. Joe hadn't set a time yet, and the rain was just getting worse and worse, and it was just going to not be good for him. And there was no chance, even if he did have the pace to get through into Q3 in a dry session, it just wasn't happening. It was just too wet. I came out for another flying lap, as you can see, coming up into turn 3. I was pretty high up on my delta, and then I lost so much time on exit, and coming through the second sector, I just lost so much time, put the power down too much, got in the gravel, and yeah, there's just nothing I could really do about it there. And I came out for another one, but once again, just so far off the pace because it's just so wet. So I just ended up coming into the pits, but it was so wet, no one else was going to set a lap. We're P10, and that means we'll just sneak through into Q3 for the second time in our career, I think. But yeah, Joe was nowhere in that session. He was almost a second off of me, but like I said, he set his lap way into the session. It was too wet, so that's unlucky for him. But Q3, coming through to the end of my first flying lap, we go P5, which is pretty good. Obviously, Austria's always been a good track for me, so I was expecting a good result here. And then I set a second flying lap, P7, and at the end of the session, we stayed there, as it would be Mercedes 1-2, but P7, I think that's our best qualifying yet, actually. So very, very happy with that, and hopefully we can carry some of that momentum through into the race. But yeah, I'm really surprised how well we did there, and both cars through to Q2 as well. But yeah, let's get into the race, see what we can do.
Welcome to the beautiful Styrian Mountains for another chapter in the story of the Austrian Grand Prix. It's one of the shortest laps on the calendar today then, with 7 rights and just 3 lefts, making up the 10 corners of this high-speed circuit. Turn 2 is barely a corner at all. They'll be flat out through there, a left-hand kink into the uphill braking zone of Turn 3. Turns 1, 3 and 4 are all potential opportunities to overtake. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you know, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's race. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Verstappen, Alexander Albon, and Vettel, Byrne, Sainz, Perez, and Lance Stroll, Ricciardo, Raikkonen, Antonio Giovinazzi, and Norris, Ocon, Joe, Daniel Kvyat, and Roman Grosjean. Russell, Gasly, Latifi, and Kevin Magnussen fills the last spot on the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out. Then let's see who can prevail today.
With your grid position, we should be able to bring home a better result than last race. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, I am hoping for a better result than last race. That was a really poor effort last time out at France, but not a fan of France. Big fan of Austria, so hopefully we can pull through an absolute whopper of a race. One-stop strategy, soft to the hards. It was faster than the 2 stops, so I just thought, yeah, you know, I'm not going to mess with it. I'll just leave it like that as we line up on the grid to 5 red lights for the Austrian Grand Prix, and we're off. I was pretty late to react, and I swerved a bit because I was just trying to get heat in my tyres. I was struggling with it on the formation lap. But into turn 1, going to swing it round the outside of Sebastian Vettel, but he's just going to have the Ferrari power, and he's just going to go flying back at us, so nothing we could really do, and we're already under attack from Carlos Sainz. He's having a go around our outside, and I sort of was looking for a move on Vettel, backed out of it, and that allowed Sainz to get a great run around my outside. Dropped down to P8, but it's still good positioning. I'm not trying to, you know, get podiums, but there is a yellow flag behind us, and Zhou's coming to the pits. Oh no. Oh, Zhou has damage, and he must have got that at the start by something, and I think George Russell might as well. Yeah, he does. No. Such a shame. Zhou's best qualifying, and it's all been binned off at the first lap. I don't have any footage of what happened. It might have been his fault, it might not have been, I'm not sure, but yeah. And then lap 2, Ricciardo gets us up the inside into turn 4. I tried to fight back, but nothing I could really do. And now lap 5, I've fallen off Ricciardo so much, and Perez is now having to go at us, but I get the switchback done. Very nice. And back through, but I was really struggling here on these soft tyres. There's another yellow flag. I wonder who that is. I think that was maybe an AlphaTauri going slowly. I couldn't quite see. Yeah, it was Danny Kvyat. That sucks for him. Such a shame. The bottom teams, we really need, always need to be trying to get the best points possible, and that's just not helping us out at all. But virtual safety car ends lap 6, and I've still just got Norris and Perez right behind me, and I just can't, keep them behind me. As Jeff saying, grip levels start falling away. I felt them fall away on lap 1, mate, as Norris comes up our inside. We do get a better run around the outside. We do have the better engine. I'm squeezing them there. We're going to go side by side down into turn 4. I do not like being on the outside here. We're just going to have to give it everything. As Norris makes a sudden movement, he's pushed us wide, and there's nothing I could do there. Norris, we're going to get a replay of that. Norris just sort of shunted me out of the way, to be honest. We'll see that there. Look at his steering wheel as he comes in. Yep, he opens the steering wheel. I think he just got a bit scared. You can see that from Perez's view. He really did push me out a bit. So, yeah, nothing I could do to defend. And Norris is through, but it's just a racing incident at the end of the day. Neither of our faults. Not mine, obviously, but he didn't mean to do it. He just, got a bit too much on the curb. As now Perez is trying to take away this final point from us. As I squeeze him to the inside big time there, and I'm really just trying to, keep it all going. But I feel like I was staying on Norris okay-ish until there, where I run wide. And now I've got Perez alongside me. We're going to go side by side into the penultimate corner. He's got the better run. As now Ocon's having a look. I go super late on the brakes, swing it through with all the momentum possible. And there you go, back up into P10. We'll get a view from Ocon. He saw us battling. Just like, I'll have a look at that. But we went super late and just carried so much speed through there, and Ocon had to back out of that. But we continue through lap 11. Finally, pit windows open. We can get off these damn soft tyres. As we're still battling with Perez, we touch his back end a little bit there. And yeah, we're going to stay on the back of him. Hopefully, Jeff, as Ocon's looking for a move around the outside. We're going up the inside. It's going to be 3 wide up into turn 3. We're going to have the inside line. I got caught up on them so much as Stroll. No, it wasn't Ocon around the outside. It must have been Stroll. But Perez gets the better run, but we do have the inside line down into turn 4. Can we go late enough on the brakes? Just about. We're going to keep it in there, side by side, up the inside, get the better exit. Ocon comes to overtake Stroll and Perez, and now he's right behind us. We're going to peel off into the pits. Everyone else staying out, except from Romain Grosjean, I think that might be. Just behind us, yes it is, in the Haas, following us in. As we come through, going to be jumping onto the hard tyres. I don't know if these are going to be any good. We do have a bunch of engine wear as well, as Bottas is out. Oh, Bottas is out of the race. And he was leading as well. No, that is such a shame for Valtteri Bottas. He was just starting to make a charge back in the championship. And he's out of the race. That's such a shame. So we'll pass him up into P17. But everyone around us is on soft tyres. We're the only person, I think, on track on on hard tyres, actually. I got that wrong. But anyway, closing up on the CV. He's obviously on really old soft tyres. We do have Grosjean behind me on brand new softs, so he's just going to be so much faster. But gaining on the TV, DRS open, going to move to the outside. He's going to defend as much as he wants, but he just has no grip. We've got way more pace than him, and we swing it around that outside at turn 4, and he's trying to keep it in there, to be fair to the Canadian, but he's just, you're not getting around the outside of me there. We have the inside line, but Grosjean's really closing up, as you can see. We pass Perez in the pits there. And Grosjean's right behind me. He is literally not. He's not going away. I couldn't shake him off. And now lap 15, he has a look round our outside, but to squeeze him out there, just managed to keep him off of me. And then I send it a bit deep into the final corner. And Grosjean is literally right behind me. We're going to jump. Quite a few people in the pits there up into P11. And Grosjean looked for a move there into turn 1, but he had to back out of that. But yeah, I was really feeling the pressure now. As something's happened ahead, there was a yellow flag there for a second. And it was because as Giovinazzi, I think that was coming into the pit, Ricardo almost hit into the back of him. I think they ghosted a bit there because Ricardo had no damage, but they slowed down so much. That must have hurt Ricardo. And now we're going to see if we're going to come out ahead of Ocon in the pits. Can we do it? Yes, just about. We're going to come out ahead of Ocon, and we're in P9. But need to keep in mind that everyone around us is going to be faster, because I think everyone's on the 2-stop, except from us, basically, which really hurt me at this point. I was like, damn, the 2-stop just must be faster, because obviously they're just going to all pass me, as Grosjean finally manages to get past me there, but we go for a lovely little switch back. And so the first time Grosjean gets actually probably ahead of me, I get it back, and his tyres have gone off now. The soft's just not lasting that long. As now Ocon is going to have a move around the outside. I'm going to say, no way, Jose, just keep him out. Just getting the better exit there with the Mercedes power, but Ocon staying on the back of us, and he went to the inside. I don't know why I didn't defend. He just had the grip, and I just can't do anything about it. Just got to tuck him behind and try to use him as a bit of a, carriage to sort of pull me along. But then Raikkonen comes flying past me. Once again, I just can't do anything about this, because these guys are just so much faster than me. As the Alfa Romeo has been looking pretty quick in the recent races, as you can really see there, as Raikkonen pulls the move off round the outside of Ocon, which was just insane. But now I have the racing points behind me, and yeah, these guys, they're like top of the midfield. So Perez flies past me, and I've got Stroll right behind me as well. And coming up to turn 3, actually, I had DRS on Perez. I was close enough, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to fight back. And I go up his inside. So finally, we're making the moves, and we're not getting moves made on us. So we finally made a move, but it doesn't really last that long, as Perez comes right back at us up the inside into the penultimate corner. Don't have the grip really to fight back, because Stroll has to look into the final corner, trying to do a bit of a Dovizioso there. But we just couldn't stay on the back of Perez, and Stroll goes around the outside. I just can't really keep it in there, as I'm really struggling there. I pinch him on the exit big time, and that's actually compromised his line so much, he's going to fall back. He then has the inside line into turn 4. I tried to cover him off, but I couldn't fully cover him off, because then Giovinazzi would get through. But yeah, I squeezed him so much that I was so trying to keep him behind me, but there was nothing I could do. And then I ran wide turn 5, and Giovinazzi's really starting to have a look. As coming into penultimate corner, Giovinazzi pulls the dummy on me. He went to the left, well, fake to the left, went to the right, and then we almost hit into the back of him there. And now Gasly's having a look. Everything is going wrong for us here at Austria. As now Gasly comes up the inside, but he can't quite get it done. But coming up into turn 3, it's just not there for us, and he's gonna up our inside. Nothing we can really do about that. And then literally for the rest of the race, I don't know what to tell you guys, nothing happened. I just sort of fell off Gasly to around 2 seconds, and then it sort of stabilised. But Lewis Hamilton will take the win here. My engine is falling apart, and I think that's what hurt us the most in this race, and also a poor strategy, just like last time. And yeah, I've got nothing really to say about that one. Just a really poor race, and gonna have to hope for a better one next time out at our home Grand Prix.
Yet another historic win under their belts. Well done to the team at Mercedes. So Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
Well, time management probably played quite a large role in the outcome of this one. As ever, it's not just about speed, it's all about maintaining that speed consistently over a stint, over a race distance. So being able to keep up the lap times while still being smooth on the controls and gentle on the tyres, that's really where the race was won today.
So after a magnificent race, we can now see the drivers making their way to the podium. Once again, it's the Silver Arrows who take top spot, a well-earned victory for Mercedes.
So obviously Hamilton takes a win, Verstappen second, Leclerc third, Albon fourth. Sainz, really good race there, fifth for him in the McLaren. Then Daniel Ricciardo in seventh, eighth for Norris, ninth for Raikkonen. I think the Alfa Romeos are looking really quick. Shame for Zhou, but he does actually get past Latifi, who didn't even have to pit to change his front wing. So Zhou, to be fair, he managed to get past Latifi, so I'm proud of him there. We stay ninth in the championship, very much under threat from Sainz and everyone behind us, basically, down to Gasly. I feel those are going to be the ones that haven't go at us. And to be fair, Ocon's really underperforming that Renault. He's 15th and Ricciardo's like 7th. But we get jumped by McLaren in the Constructors, which is a real shame, but it was just, going to happen eventually. No, I didn't enjoy that, and it wasn't easy. No, I think you may have overestimated me. We didn't even get in the points today. It was really, really annoying, and I didn't know what to say here. I was just sort of like, alright, I'll just do what's going to give me the best acclaim. Not really. He sort of just got past me, and I defended him off a little bit. I think that might be the incident with Giovinazzi where I kind of clipped the back of them a bit, but yeah, no comment. I've got nothing to say about that.
Great. Well, that's everything.
No problem, Claire. So as we come to the rivalry page, we actually had a faster lap than Gasly, so we stay equal there, and we're going to go up to Team Acclaim level 9, and that means one more level and we get a brand new sponsor on the car. I am very excited to see who we can, add to the family. But look in here, we get all the money we possibly could, no damage deductions, even though Joe broke his front wing, but whatever. 2.7 million, that's very good money to put him to one of the departments. But we do have a contract renewal with Joe. We're halfway through the season now. That was the middle race, and that's how long the contract lasts with Joe. So now we have a choice. Do we stay with Guan Yu? To be honest, in my head it was just like, well, who else are we gonna get? The only other person that would make any sense, because I can maybe try to get Latifi, but that's it. That's like the only normal F1 driver I could get already. And I could get De Vries, but it was just, I've put so much money into Joe at this point. I don't want to swap him out. I want to try to go with him. Hopefully, if he improves enough by the end of the season, we will have him for season 2. But if he doesn't, then I'll probably swap him out. But now, at this point in time, we're going to stick with him, and we're going to go for a contract renewal. So obviously, it's just explaining us how to do it. If another team wants him, we'll duke it out in a bidding battle. But if no other team wants him, which by no surprise, no other team does want him because he's the lowest point scorer. But he does have points. To be fair to him, we got him in Monaco, which is a very, very exciting race. But yeah, we've got to make an offer, and I was excited. I was like, oh, we got 2.7 mil, can put that into a department, but we do have to spend it on Joe. I was tempted to go medium risk. I wasn't going to go high risk, but I was tempted with medium risk. I was like, oh, what do I want to go for? Do I want to be a little bit stingy and try to cheap him out? But then I was like, no. I'll just go with low risk. I want to make sure we have him on the team because I put so much money into him. I'll put more. I just want him to do well. So there you go. We'll confirm the contract. It's all done up, and that means until Abu Dhabi, he's with us. He's on the team. The contract's been signed, and if we change our minds in the next few races, there's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. But upgrades wise, I was thinking about doing durability, but we were pretty good on durability anyway, so I didn't know, but I thought, I feel just since we had so much engine wear on the car, I went for it, and we are the second worst team on the grid now, which really sucks, and yeah, we're really starting to lag behind. our upgrades just aren't coming through. So gonna change up the engine components, have an almost brand new fresh engine for the next time out. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to give it a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on so you're notified when the next episode is out, which should be tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you guys then. Hope you enjoy. Peace.